Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. We're glad that you're here. I'm Steve,
And I am Scott.
and together we're Backyard Musing is going to try and get you through this Monday morning.
Yes, we are talking about the sun and how a telescope has caught some stuff on the sun. And we're going to deal with computer simulations, which Steve loves, the AI stuff. So, right, that would be considered AI, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, here we go.
The world's largest solar telescope and advanced computer simulations reveal vortices that are reshaping our understanding of the sun. Across the sun's visible surface, hot plasma is constantly rising, cooling, and sinking. At the edges of these churning regions, researchers have now resolved tiny swirling structures that may help explain how the sun twists, stores, and transports magnetic energy. Just fascinating. Would you like to know more?
The plasma vortices were revealed through observations from the NSF Daniel K. Inouye, or as Rush Limbaugh used to say, in no way, solar telescope in Hawaii. He was a big fan of Senator Inouye. Not really, but anyway. The world's largest solar telescope, combined with advanced computer simulations. The work involved researchers from the U.S. National Science Foundation National Solar Observatory, or NSO, the Max Planck Institute for Solar Research, Solar System Research in Germany, and the High Altitude Observatory in the USA. I don't know where that High Altitude Observatory is. That's
Mauna Kea.
Oh, is it in Hawaii?
Yeah, on the Big Island. All those telescopes are on the Big Island.
Okay, there you
go. Seeing the structures required resolving features only about 20 kilometers across. Researchers used a broadband imaging camera supplied by MPS, while MPS scientist and co-author Michael Van Noort contributed to observations as well as the processing and restoration of the images.
Quote, to detect the vortices, we needed to resolve structures on the solar surface about 20 kilometers in size. That is at the limit of what even the world's largest solar telescope and state-of-the-art simulations can achieve. And that's according to MPS scientist and co-author of the new publication, is that Michel Van Noort, who, among other things, contributed to the observations and conducted the data reduction and image restoration. So, sounds like he was right in the middle of it.
The newly visible structures form along the boundaries of granules, features that densely cover the sun's surface and measure roughly 500 to 2,000 kilometers across. Collectively, these granules create the pattern known as solar granulation.
Granulation is produced by the continual movement of plasma from the sun's hot interior. Material rises towards the surface, loses heat, and then descends again. Along the edge of these granules, the researchers identified delicate fringes that repeatedly curl into motions resembling ocean waves as they break.
Some fringes measure barely more than 20 kilometers across. From Earth, resolving a solar feature at that scale is comparable to identifying a €1 coin from 180 kilometers away. Wow.
Yeah. The researchers interpret the swirling patterns as evidence of Kelvin-Helmholtz instabilities, whatever that is, a familiar phenomenon in fluid dynamics. These instabilities develop when neighboring fluids move at different speeds, creating shear forces along their boundary. Small disturbances can then grow into waves or vortices. Huh.
The same process appears in many environments, including lake surfaces, ocean waves, cloud formation, the atmospheres of Jupiter and Saturn, and regions where the solar wind interacts with planetary magnetospheres. At the sun's granule boundaries, neighboring layers of plasma also appear to move at different speeds, providing the conditions needed to generate Kelvin-Helmholtz instabilities.
The tiny vortices could help resolve a long-standing question about how the sun stores energy in its magnetic field and later releases it, sometimes through small bursts of radiation called nanoflares.
Current theory holds that magnetic energy accumulates as magnetic field lines become twisted and coiled, much like mechanical energy building in a tightly wound metal spring. As more energy is stored, the magnetic configuration becomes increasingly unstable.
That energy can eventually escape through magnetic reconnection, a process in which the twisted magnetic field lines break apart and reconnect in a different arrangement. What has remained uncertain is what repeatedly causes those magnetic field lines to twist. The newly observed vortices may provide part of the explanation, because they seem to occur continually in locations where the magnetic field is sufficiently strong. The swirling plasma could routinely drive the twisting process.
The analysis also indicates that these small vortices efficiently mix magnetized plasma with plasma that is not magnetized at the sun's surface. That mixing could help magnetic fields move rapidly upward into the solar atmosphere.
This matters because the sun's magnetic activity changes on an 11-year cycle. That's interesting. An unusually fast transformation on cosmic timescales. For its magnetic structure to change that quickly, magnetic flux must be transported sufficiently through the atmosphere in the flux capacitor.
It must be a flux capacitor.
It must be. Yeah.
Existing models have struggled to account for such rapid diffusion. The newly observed vortices provide a possible mechanism that could help explain how magnetic flux moves away from the surface fast enough to support these changes. 1.21 gigawatts.
Okay. Quote, the newly discovered plasma vortices impressively demonstrate how minute processes at the limit of what we can resolve using all available techniques significantly determine the nature of our star. And that's according to Sami K. Solinki, director of the MPS and co-author of the new publication. So, I guess I'm pronouncing that right. Solinki?
Some fascinating stuff. 11-year cycle. I'd like to learn more about that.
Yeah, what is with the 11-year deal? That's an interesting number.
That's like Vulcans go through the pond fire every 7 years. Maybe it's similar. I don't know.
7-11.
Maybe
so. Okay.
folks, thanks for joining us.
Take care.